See, Turek, your mind, it is like a gun. And you want to load it up with little itty bitty bullets of knowledge.
What's going on, family? It's your guy Boro, the Lucky Libra, and thank you for tuning in to another episode. Alright, as y'all can see by the title, man, we picking up the signs through the houses series with Cancer in the second house. Alright, so yeah, make sure to check out to my website to connect with the Lucky Libra. Alright, y'all can go ahead and cop my fundamentals to reading the natal chart and my planetary aspect classes on my site. If not, you guys can also check out my Patreon where I conduct these monthly classes. Okay, guys? So let's get right into it. Y'all want to check out the Aries in the second house video, so y'all can get more of a breakdown of the energy of the second house. But briefly, the second house is a fixed earth house that governs our value system, the people, places, things that we value externally, and the value that we feel like we have to offer to the world, the value that could become a service to the world, the value that we could utilize within ourselves in order to build something, secure something, which is something we're good at, a talent, creative attribute. All right, and heavily reflects on our self-esteem. So let's talk about Cancer in the second house. Now, Cancer is cardinal water ruled by the moon. We know cardinal brings leadership, pioneer-like energy, but is aggressive energy. The Cancer archetype is aggressive, period. Don't let all that nurturing and all that, they aggressive. All right, and we dealing with the water, what deals with emotion, vibration, connection, but the moon governs how we react. So wherever Cancer is at in your chart, you're going to be developing a natural emotional connection here, and you can naturally have a strong reactionary state here. Now, Cancer in the second house, it's important to know what house you have the moon in. That's the house where you're going to have easy access, okay, in order to meet some monetary gains. This is the house where you're going to have access in order to, utilize certain resources, okay, in order to build something, stabilize something for career-wise with the least resistance. This is what you designed as a spirit. So you need to know what house the moon is in. Very important house. Now, Cancer in the second house will be emotionally invested in career, period. This house deals with self-esteem, so when career ain't going right over here, when forms of stability and we having issues with, income and how much money we making, and this person is going to be moody. This person can go through all type of shifts of moods over here, okay? Because, see, this is the thing here. When we look at the second house, if you have Cancer in this house, that's a lot of moon energy here. The moon is exalted in the second house, so the moon loves to be in the second house. Cancer is not only a sextile to this house, all right, which is a harmonious alignment here, it's ruled by the moon. So it's a lot of strong, it's a lot of emotional intent in this house. So this person truly cares about their career life and how they're making money and forms of stability and forms of security. Their heart is all the way up in that. Sometimes it may seem like that's the thing that got them the most, got their attention the most. Okay, many different energies play a part, but when we got water in the earth house, it's going to be a strong connection towards what we're doing to build stability here. Okay, take it from me, I got water in my earth houses. All right, so that's one here. Very emotionally invested in career. Can react impulsively to things that inspire them in career too. Okay, so once again, Cancer, leader-like sign. Okay, it does things based off the emotions, all right, and it wants to will things in. So with Cancer in the second house, this person could truly, they find something they want to connect to career-wise, they could jump right into that shit and get in the motion of it. Okay, so I could reword that with aggressively, impulsively. All right, maybe aggressively is a better word to use for that statement. But Cancer in the second house is Gemini risings. Gemini risings are known to be, spontaneous, flexible, adaptable. So Cancer in the second house jumping into things career-wise, impulsively, aggressively, that ain't something that should shock you about a Gemini rising. You feel me? They're able to entertain a lot. All right, they're able to multitask. So that's what we're dealing with there. Now, these people can throw fits and be hella moody when career issues ain't going as planned. One thing that I personally seen here through my own studies, okay, with Cancer in the second house, these people may be well-rounded with culinary arts. All right, they may be able to cook really well. All right, they may develop all type of skills in the kitchen and dealing with cooking and dealing with food. This moon energy here, moon dealing with nurturing. Cancer and Taurus are probably two of the best cooks in the zodiac. Okay, I like to throw Virgos in there, especially Virgo risings. All right, but Cancers throw it down. Okay, Taurus probably like to eat more than they cook, but Cancer gonna throw it down. So Cancer in the second house, culinary arts, cooking, things dealing with food, diet, all of that shit might be something that they naturally fall into career here. Okay, they may have Cancer in the second house may have had a couple of experiences working at jobs dealing with food or whatnot. Okay, dealing with the kitchen and shit. Family can have a huge influence here when we're talking about career approach. So it could either be a family business that this person incarnates into in this lifetime and eases into. All right, it could be a family business, or overall, you know, they're introduced into what they do career from family. Okay, you know, they got a position from the job that their mom worked in. They got a position at a job from, you know, where their pops worked at. Your sibling told you to apply here at that job. Like, they don't work there, but they know the person that work over there, and they was like, all you gotta do is apply. They said they'll give you that job if you related to me. A lot of them type of scenarios here with Cancer in the second house. Okay, but yeah, also may actually work with the may incarnate to in some type of experience in this lifetime where you actually are a part of a family business. Okay, things related with the home. Career may fall into things related with the home. Home decor, home design, social working, helping other people with their homes, with their family structure. All right, or simply working from home. Simply working from home. Everything with Cancer gets real private here. Cancer, the water signs are the most private signs in the zodiac. Okay, they're dealing with the subconscious. Water, that's the internal. All right. So water and earth signs by default being the feminine signs in the zodiac are gonna be the more you know, internal energies. But when you're looking at Cancer, you know, not only is it ruled by the moon, which is the heart chakra, what rules the internal energies. Your sun rules your masculine and your push, the energies that you push out. When we look at Cancer, it comes out the fourth house. The fourth house is the most private house in the chart. Okay, this house dealing with solitude, privacy, period, the family and home environment. So, you know, Cancers can that's a great leeway into my next bullet. Can be somewhat private about their career. You might not even know what the fuck a Gemini rising. If most likely might be a Gemini rising. You might be a Cancer rising. You might be a Taurus rising, depending on how your chart is set up. But most likely Gemini rising. You may not know what a Gemini rising do for their career. You may not. You see a Gemini rising on social media doing this, doing that, and the third, and you don't even know where you get this money from. You be everywhere though. You be getting to it though. Your outfits be busting though. You feel me? But that's that. Shit get private in this house. Cancer deal with some vulnerability, putting out its career goals and its value system out in the open. It has to build some sacred connection with people before it start opening up with the things that it truly cares about when it comes to career and their value system. All right, when you got the moon in the house influencing that self-esteem, everything gets real sacred and sensitive here. So these, once again, I said these people could be moody and their emotions could shift depending on how the flow of career, but overall they're gonna have some sensitivity here. They're gonna be you know, they can take things personal a little bit when it comes to career and what's going on in this area. So even opening up about them things or whatnot, but you got to be like this with them. You feel me? You got to be like this. Okay. So once again, can be vulnerable in this area, and you know, when it comes to, because the second house deal with our value system, right? Not just, we can't just continually condense the second house just to money, career, business. It deals with your value system first. Then we tap into our value system in order to utilize that to build something in career in reality. All right. So these people are going to be, when it comes to what makes them feel comfortable or uncomfortable, moon energy. Moon energy is dealing with what makes you feel comfortable, uncomfortable, fulfilled, unfulfilled. When we dealing with when this person is dealing with what makes them feel comfortable or uncomfortable, this is high priority for them. People, places, and things, there's a natural target. There's a natural radar for these things. They pinpoint these things like that, and they will filter these things. All right, they will filter these things, and you know, they really ain't gonna waste time with you in this area. They pick up shaky vibes about you, Gemini risings or Cancer in the second house period. They pick up shaky vibes about you. It ain't gonna take time for them to make a decision with that, because they already real you know, they're real sensitive to the things that they view as a value system. So they continuously filtering that to make them feel comfortable, period. So that's very important to understand there. Alright? They don't Cancer second house, don't play about that. Don't play about that. So, you know, for the majority, these are the energies we dealing with here, alright? Super emotionally invested in career, care a whole lot, so can manifest so much here, can grow so much here, has so much moon energy here. So the more pinpointed this person is career-wise, and that's the thing, because Cancer is dealing with private energy, you guys have to make sure you exercise and you don't stay too much to yourself and keeping these creative ideas and whatnot, influences all to yourself. You got to get out and be action oriented, make these things happen, because you're gonna care about them, period, and it's gonna start to feel like pent up energy, or you're gonna feel unfulfilled, not making sure you exercising some of these things. There's too much emotion in this house. Got natural influence of the moon in the second house, and you brought Cancer here. Okay, so the more that water, that emotional intent gets to become a fluid that gives life to these ideas, to these values, things will grow like this in this house. Cancer is a sextile here. All right. Once again, it's important to understand what house you have the moon in, because this is the house where we're gonna have to connect to, where we have easy access to meet some resources and influences for us to build career and whatnot. This is gonna be the area that you're gonna work with to meet the least resistance when it comes to meeting monetary gains, building security and stability. All right. So family, y'all already know what it is, man. Cancer in the second house. Next week, picking it up with Leo in the second house. Alright, make sure to tap into my website, copy that fundamentals to read in the natal chart class or my planetary aspect class. Jump on that Patreon, and until next time, family, peace.